I'm trying to see if you can read my mind.
I think you're thinking about how grumpy you are.
Oh my god!
Because you haven't had a second cup of coffee yet.
Alright.
Wait, make that face again. Hey guys, welcome back!
Welcome back!
We're way too tired for this.
Coffee. So we are finally here to fulfill our promise to you. It is my favorite book. We're here to talk today about Code Name Verity by Elizabeth Wayne. It's probably, I can't remember the last time I read a book so fast, the last time I cried so hard at a book. Elizabeth Wayne, congratulations. I had to literally set down the book. I was bawling so hard.
You normally cry at books?
I'm a heartless bastard when I read books. This, however, broke me. I cannot read page 284 without crying. Congratulations, Elizabeth Wayne. You broke me.
Texted me. She's like, call me when you get to page 284. And I didn't because
I've
watched way too much Doctor Who. And I was like, well, obviously that was like a body double or something. I'm just going to keep going. Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert! Okay, so for a brief synopsis of the book, this is about two girls who meet because of World War I. One is an aristocratic woman from Scotland. The other is a shop girl somewhere in Britain. And they meet because of the war. They become friends. And this is what happens to them after they get sent on a mission, separated, and the links they go through to get back to each other.
Girl power!
Girl power! All about friendship. And
all
women.
about female friendship.
Female friendship!
Finally! Oh my gosh, somebody wrote it.
It was really hard for me to admit that Hannah was right in this because I love this book. I am blinded. I'm blinded by my love.
Okay. So here's the problem that I had. I am a sucker for a really amazing, unreliable narrator. Oh my gosh, so good. But we didn't have a lot of conversation between our two protagonists. And we have this whole book about their amazing friendship and how, like, you know, they know what's going on in each other's minds when they can't talk with each other. And I really wanted to see that fleshed out in real life. I wanted to see a conversation that they have with each other where they talk to each other and shows, like, how well they click. But they don't talk about what happens to them with each other.
I mean, I will say the bicycle thing. The bicycle.
Yeah, so
that was a great moment.
They go on a pretend mission with a bicycle and a flat tire and village person to fix the flat and get them back home and give them a free dinner, and that's good. And then there's another place where they are flying in a lost German bomber and working together in tandem. And this is actually one of their first interactions, and I liked that. That was really well done. But you don't have them. I wanted more. I wanted more of that. I wanted more, like, genuine interaction.
Because Maddie and Julia.
So that was my more conversation.
Now I guess we can move on to things that we think were really awesome.
Oh, one trope.
We have one trope. What is the trope?
Trope
alert! But we've kind of been told that that's annoying. Trope alert.
Don't watch us if you think we're annoying.
Don't
Gosh! We know we're annoying.
We know we're annoying. I hang out with her all the time.
No more stating the obvious. Love you, commentary.
It's kind of hard to say that parents didn't exist because for Queenie, we see her mom quite a bit.
Yes.
Queenie / Julie.
Yeah, Maddie doesn't necessarily have parents.
It's interesting that it's Julie's mom. It could have been another point to interject a male point of view. And it was really great that it was a mom.
Here's where what I saw in that. It was our parents as ATMs. Queenie's parents.
I mean, yeah.
And then parents are dead or non-existent. Maddie's parents. So I feel like it still played into those tropes.
It does still play into those tropes.
I liked that we got a voice for Queenie's mom with the letters. I liked that she, like, actually interacted with the best friend. That was real.
I loved the ending letter was great.
Oh my God,
the ending letter was just, I bawled all over again. I had just stopped. But for all intents and purposes, even though her mom was an ATM, essentially, it was never quite like we've seen it in other books. Like, they were very much, I don't know, I think of the British way of dealing with wealth of, like, yes, we have it, but we're not going to talk about it, dear.
Which is fine.
Which is fine. I mean, tropes exist for reasons in storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
They are sort of a shorthand to get through characterization really fast.
So you want to talk about the decisions? Adult
decisions.
I
mean, here's the one thing that I think Hannah and I talked a lot about. a lot of times we see female characters being particularly naive. They don't make smart choices at all, and they make very childish choices.
I mean, it's YA.
It is YA. A lot of times, also, these girls who are making silly, stupid, naive choices, are told to be that they are more mature for their age. And with this book, I mean, I would say they actually could live up to the cliche that they are mature for their age.
How much of that do you think is the time period that it's set in, and how much do you think of that is they're British, not American?
I think it is a little bit of both, especially given the fact that they're in a war zone. They make some really adult, very wise decisions and are still allowed to be quite human.
Yeah.
I think throughout all this time, the story that Julie concocts is amazing, and it's amazing that she has kept it up through everything that we later find out she's gone through.
Should we give away a little bit
Spoiler
of
alert!
The first half is Julie in prison, writing a confessional narrative as a... Supposedly, she's betraying her country and giving out all these, like, state secrets to the Nazis in France.
And in reality...
But in reality, she's just writing a love letter to her best friend, basically. With some important pieces of information buried in it. But, as I said, I'm a sucker for an unreliable narrator.
So good. Like, she's able to make this, like, higher level adult decision, but there are still those moments where you see her absolutely crack. I mean, we were talking about the point where where she just continues to write the Auld Lang Syne lyrics.
There's another place where she just, like, catches onto this phrase. I think it's
at the very end of her narrative.
The very end of her narrative, and she just writes it over and over
again. And so it's those moments that are very humanizing and still show her to be a very young person and to be a very fragile person.
This is a strong person under a lot of pressure. Who has been
tortured. Like, she's been tortured and hurt, and the fact that she still probably is together as she is impressive.
Jack Bauer ain't got nothing on Queenie.
Jack Bauer probably took lessons from Queenie. Our next point. Girls taking control of their lives and bodies. Hannah was very upset at the end of the book because, as she said, she was expecting the Doctor Who moment where Queenie was going to just pop back alive and we were going to be okay.
She died.
She dies. She gets shot. And she gets shot by her best friend. We've already spoiler alerted this video, so if you just got spoiled, we're sorry.
It's your own fault.
It's your own fault. Why is it important that Maddie shoot Queenie, and why not let an SS officer do it for her? Why take that personal burden on herself?
Because it's kind of unnecessary.
I think that she had to make that choice. It was a situation that if they were going to do it, it wouldn't seem plausible. It comes down to the choice between who gets to control how you die. You know, you have this moment where Queenie has believed for the entire book that Maddie is dead. It's her best friend. And, like, basically the reason she has written this entire letter and pulled this whole charade off. And she discovers that Maddie is alive. And
she asks her to kill her.
And she does. And she has that great line, "Kiss me, Hardy." It's important, I think, that Maddie do it because it is the last thing that Queenie can control. Yeah. She cannot control the fact that she is going to die. That is a certain fact, and she's known that from the very beginning.
It's just a matter of time.
It's who gets to do it. Is it going to be at the hands of the Nazis, or is it going to be at the hands of someone who loves her?
Is she going to be a victim, or is she going to make her own choice?
Yep.
So, trope alert, this is Girl in the Hands of Fate again. But the difference here is who's holding the gun.
Who's holding the gun?
They have been shoved along by men. They've been picked out of their various fields of expertise to go on these missions by men. They have been put in these situations, these compromising situations by men. They have been tortured by men. They have been there's an attempted rape. These men on both sides are aggressors for these women.
And the last thing that both of these women can do for each other is to end it. And to decide how that gets to be ended. Yeah. And that is them, I think, sort of sticking it to fate. I would like to say that's Queenie saying, I choose this, but I choose it from you.
Yeah, and it's not that the men didn't drive them there. This is not a hysterical overreaction. This is a like dignified, controlled choice.
Again, cried, bawled, clean myself up bald again.
Knife.
So good though. But this is just a very long, like, I love you and goodbye.
Yeah.
Two women going the links for each other. Like, this to me is, this made
And
me,
it's not a lesbian subplot.
and there's no lesbian subplot. This is strictly just about girls being great friends. And how far would you go for your best friend?
Yeah.
I recommend this book for everyone. Read it.
Thumbs up. So when are you going to make a movie out of this?
As soon as Anonymous Content wants to give me the rights. I'm not even joking. This is like, okay, I should maybe give it my background. I went to USC Film School. I read this book. I want to make this into a movie so bad.
Who needs Captain America when you can have
Who needs Captain America? Who needs Agent What's-Her-Face? Like, this, I can't even tell you what this book,
if you liked Downton Abbey, and if you liked Call the Midwife, and if you liked Captain America, this movie.
Call me, beat me if you want to reach me.
Or, you can comment down below.
Or you can comment down below.
If you want a good gift to get your mom, if
Code Name Verity!
If you missed Mother's Day and you're feeling guilty, get this book. Serious faces.
It's really hard to be serious with hair in your eyes.
Tell me about it.
Would you kill me, Hannah? In that situation?
Probably. Are you afraid you're going to offend Elizabeth Wayne?
I'm afraid because you are a goddess, and I mean that literally. We love you. Comment below.
Oh yeah, this autonomy.
We love autonomy because we're feminists.